Salaam Alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Salatu wassalam Rasulullah wa ba'd. In the name of Allah, and the peace and blessings of Allah be upon his last and final messenger. Family, friends, foes, haters, and hateettes, welcome back to the Feachaz. I greet you all in peace and love with no hatred on my heart. So before we begin, please like, please subscribe, and please share. As you know, we got a lot and a hell of haters up in here. So family, a couple of days ago, I was sent this stuff, and I was really debating whether I should talk directly about Muhammad Hijab and the Deen Show, as we have dealt with this subject very clearly. And this only goes to show how Negro Dama strikes again, essentially. We've been telling y'all for a very, very, very long time that these Utopian elites have taken a very sharp right turn. We said that we were the first ones to say that Daniel Hikikuchu, he's just an alt-righter. That's all he is. He's trying to be the alt-right contingent, the Muslim contingent for the alt-right. That's it. That's his whole stilo. That's his whole game. Okay? We've also told you that Eddie from the Dean Show is an alt-righter. Not he's pandering, no, he is one. Okay? We said that Muhammad Hijab's new hustle, right, is to pander to the alt-right. We said that very clearly. Y'all hearing me? We said that there's a whole group of Utopian elites, a whole bunch of them, that their whole hustle is to be red pill, the red pill Muslim faction. And that's why you find folks like Ali Dawah and whatnot having an entire setup exactly the same as Fresh and Fit. They are very picky and choosy of the people they are engaging with now. Y'all hear me? Because that whole red pill thing was very, very lucrative. It was absolutely lucrative. And so you find people like Ali Dawah talking about, I want to talk to brothers like Byron and Sneeko, and it doesn't have to be in public. You go on a public video telling them you don't want to talk to them in public. Like, who the hell is buying that crap? But anyways, I digress. I did not want to talk about these YouTubians. And as a matter of fact, we're not going to deal so much with them so much. However, we are going to deal with an even more deeper topic that they are absolutely willing participants in. And that is what the Prophet ﷺ said is the age of the liars. There is a hadith that we have quoted here several times, okay? That the Prophet ﷺ, he said that there will come to the people years of treachery when the liar will be regarded as the honest, and the honest man will be regarded as the liar. The traitor will be regarded as faithful, and the faithful man will be regarded as the traitor. And the Ruwaybada will decide matters. The Ruwaybada will decide matters. So the Sahaba, they're like, Ruwaybada, what's that? And the Prophet ﷺ said, he was asked, who are the Ruwaybada? He said, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, vile and base men who control the affairs of the people. The Ruwaybada. We are living in a time where all respect is being usurped and looted from actual scholars and transferred to some vile people with cameras and microphones and make themselves the heads of the affairs of the Muslims, and yet claim to be concerned of the affairs of the Muslims. So over in this time, from the mercy of Allah, in the very same age of liars and traitors and those who are dishonest and treacherous, this age that we are living in today, okay? From the mercy of Allah, Allah has made the lies of these liars so absurdly easy to spot. I mean, it's like light work. It's really not much. You don't have to dig deep into the rabbit hole. All you have to do is, trip over it, trip over the rabbit hole, so to speak. You don't have to dig deep. All the lies are like literally right there. But the reason why they get support is not because they are telling the truth, but because they have personalities around them supporting their lies. So if millions of people can follow these types of liars, millions, literally millions, then just imagine when the Dajjal comes. If you can be confused with these weak lies, I mean, absolutely weak lies, things that are so easy to disprove, like Abdullah Andalusi, CRT is Marxism, like Eddie from the Dean Show, inviting Jesse Lee Peterson to his show, talking about we got a lot in common. Who is this we? Who is this we that he's talking about that got a lot in common with this hidden homosexual, Jesse Lee Peterson? Again, somebody easy to spot as a liar. It don't take much. Who is the walking, living, breathing Uncle Ruckus or Clayton Bigsby, that Jesse Lee Peterson, absolute hater of black people in blackface, but yet Eddie from the Dean Show telling Jesse Lee Peterson, we got lots of common here. Y'all hearing me? The lies are just too easy to catch, too easy to spot, and even Allah making these lies basic, like chump change. So easy. And yet still, the people are following the liars. If you remember the civil rights movement was co-opted, correct? The civil rights movement was infiltrated by the US government, from the FBI, the police forces, even the CIA, up until this very day, if you look on the CIA's most wanted list, Assata Shakur is on the most wanted list from the CIA. I think FBI or CIA, I can't remember which one. But anyways, the CIA who brought you Gloria Steinem to push a type of feminism in the black community, which is known as black feminism, in which millions of black people have accepted wholesale that black women don't need no man, strong, black, and independent, and whatnot. And then we had what is known as the civil rights hustlers, the people who made their careers off of a civil rights hustle like Jesse Jackson, like Al Sharpton. Y'all, if y'all don't know Al Sharpton, there's two types of Al Sharptons. There's a fat Al Sharpton when he was conscious, and there's a skinny Al Sharpton, which we see today. Okay, the skinny Al Sharpton, who now all of a sudden had an epiphany to become a hardcore left, die-hard leaning Democrat. Bleeding heart Democrat, Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton needs to eat. Al Sharpton, when he was fat, he was conscious. Okay? When he was fat, he loved black folk. Now that he's got skinny, he dieted away all his consciousness, all his pro-blackness went away with his fat. He needs to eat. Somebody needs to get him a halal pork chop or something, right? In the same way that you have the civil rights hustlers, you also have the YouTubian Da'i elite hustlers. It's a hustle. They are hustling you. They need to stay relevant, and in order for them to stay relevant, they have to shuck and jive and booty shake and butt shake and twitch and twirl and twerk for whatever's trending. Y'all hearing me? So just like Al Sharpton needs to find a halal pork chop somewhere so he can get fat again, these same YouTubian Da'i elites need to find a ruqyah. They need a Rocky because they straight tripping. They are straight tripping. Y'all hearing me? We were the ones that told y'all that this Andrew Tate thing will not end well, nor will this Sneako thing not end well. Okay? So what I'm going to do before we continue, I'm going to show y'all something. When I saw this, even for me, I was like, surprised, but not really, because we've been calling this from day one. It wasn't really shocking for us. It might be shocking for some of y'all, especially if y'all new to this channel. If y'all new to this, y'all might be surprised. The Black Muslim grassroots, we ain't surprised. We seen this coming all the way from donkey years ago. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We seen this coming miles, many miles away. We seen this coming. Y'all hearing me? So I'm gonna show y'all something. Okay, let me just share the screen with y'all, and then we're gonna get busy. We gonna get like, subscribe, share. Hit me up on Patreon, please. Hit me up on the PayPal. Buy me a coffee, right? Let's get busy, okay? Y'all think I'm tripping? I ain't tripping. We've been calling this out for how long? How long we've been calling this out? Why we need to be surprised? Well, y'all don't need to be surprised. Y'all are surprised. Y'all just got here. You know what I'm saying? Newness. Y'all newness. Okay? We ain't new here. Okay? So look at here. You can see here, Muhammad Ijab emergency meeting with Patrick David Bett. Y'all can't make this crap up. You cannot make this crap up. You see, a couple of weeks ago, we told y'all that the red pill now is pretty much dead, right? Particularly since all this new stuff came about Andrew Tate. The red pill got saturated with scammers and grifters, totally saturated. Especially since the death of Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels died, everybody tried to get a piece of the pie, and a whole bunch of people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, they're trying to talk about relationships, whatever body counts. Even Ali Dawah talking about body counts. Can you imagine Ali Dawah talking about to a Muslim woman about body counts and stuff? Can you imagine that stuff on camera? Everyone want to talk about body counts. Everybody want to talk about gender rules. You know, this was the hustle. This was the grift. You got me? So now, Andrew Tate gets arrested. Sneeko divorces the red pill. And one of the biggest red pill names is this individual called Patrick Bet David. Okay, this Iranian Jewish person. Okay. This dude has a podcast called Valuetainment. Okay. Now, I'm just going to let it play out. Okay. Y'all watch this. And we're going to talk about it in a minute. Believe me, we're going deep tonight. So I hope y'all, don't got to work tomorrow because we're going deep. Okay. We are going deep. Okay. Let's watch this, y'all. One second, y'all. 1 second. I'm so dusty. Let me just rewind this. Okay. I'm so dusty. Let me share with y'all. 1 second. I apologize. Okay. Look at here. I'm an old man. I'm not a YouTubian. I might be on YouTube, but I'm not a YouTubian. So just cut me some slack, y'all. Okay. Let's get busy. Okay. Like, subscribe, share. Hit me up. There's 18 of y'all. Okay. Just like, subscribe, share. Hit me on Patreon. Okay. I don't make the likes be dusty and whatnot. Okay. Let's get busy. Let's do this.
And in fact, by the end of the conversation, we had a broader conversation about Muslim Christian interlocutors, where we suggested William Lane Craig and Ben Shapiro, and he has links to Ben Shapiro. He's just been on his show, and as many people will know, I've had many videos, refuting Ben Shapiro on his Palestine issue, on the Palestine issue, and so on. So that would be a massive, kind of debate, if you like, or discussion that could potentially happen along the line as well. So there's good to come out of this, but since we're still in the kind of negotiation stage and we're solidifying everything, and there's few things we have to take care of from our perspective in the United Kingdom, we cannot update the public with an exact date and time as to when the engagement will take place, with whom and what the topic will be, or whatever, until all these things are set in stone. But the point to be noted here is that, quite frankly, he was facilitating, and it does seem like Patrick Bet-David and Valuetainment want to go more in the direction of building bridges with the Muslim community, tackling some of these issues.
Did y'all hear that? Who wants to build bridges with the Muslim community now? Who Patrick David Bet wants to build bridges with the Muslim community now. Like, surprise, surprise, Negro. I don't say. Like, you don't say. Wow, mashallah. He wants to build bridges with the Muslim community now? Wow. Y'all are tripping. Say it with me now. Say it with me now, okay? He wants to build bridges with the Muslim community? Really? Word? After talking all that junk? Did he see what Jordan Peterson saw? All those dollar signs in his YouTube account? Is that what he saw? MashaAllah. And this alliance here between the Dean Show and Muhammad Hijab is so weird. We talked about the Dean Show before, okay? I said it before, I'm going to say it again, okay? If the Dean Show didn't take no hard right stances, we wouldn't be talking about him now. We wouldn't care. We just let him do his little interviews in peace because he's a terrible interviewer, a terrible interviewer. He don't know how to give an interview. He's not a journalist, okay? He's a no talent interviewer, okay? You know, I used to see his show there on Peace TV there in Saudi Arabia when I used to live there. I have never, ever gotten through an entire episode of the Dean Show, not once. Even if it was people that I really like, I couldn't do it. But, you know, you don't want to say anything, you know, because, you know, you don't want to be hating on a brother, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't be hating on a brother. I'm there in Saudi Arabia, okay? I was like, man, I can't watch this dude. I never said that out loud. Never, okay? You know, in Saudi Arabia, all of a sudden he uses his journalism show to interview Muslim scholars, right? To show off how much jujitsu skills he got. I'm looking what is this weird? This is weird, man. This is so weird. You know, but you leave it. You don't say anything about his no talent. He's a no talent. Okay. His show is terrible. I'm sorry to say it like that. But why do people like his show? Because he's a tall white guy. You know, Muslims, especially immigrants, they love themselves some whiteness. They want to see some tall white folks with some mics and talking, right? And saying some nice stuff about Islam and stuff. That's what they like to see. And that's why any white woman who puts on a hijab with blue eyes and blonde hair or whatever, and puts on a hijab and goes on in front of the camera, Salaam Alaikum, Salami Alaikum, right? The next day, she'll have like 50,000 followers on YouTube and maybe 10,000 marriage proposals. Okay? That's just how it is. That's the world we live in. Okay? But I digress. Why did I tell you about Eddie and the Dean Show and his no talent? And why do I even care? It's because Eddie if you go on his show, he has a reputation, right, for interviewing what type of scholars. He got famous for interviewing Salafi scholarship, correct? He got famous for interviewing Salafi scholarship, correct? So how is it that the man who built his platform by largely interviewing Salafi scholarship is now in alliance with a man who has lots of work and vitriol against actual Salafi scholars? Somebody who's made videos against Sheikh Al-Albani, rahimahullah, in which pretty much anybody that he's interviewed loves, okay? Like, what is this weird alliance? It is so weird. But the reason why they are able to ally, it is not because of ta'awun ala birri wa taqwa, or working together upon righteousness and taqwa. It's not because of that. No. It's not because they're uniting upon the sunnah, because one of us is like a hardcore philosopher, and the other one interviews mostly people who love the sunnah. Okay? What united these folks? Alt-right ideology. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is what brought them together, and this was what bring them to speak highly of this Islam-hating Jew Patrick Bet David and say, you know, he's coming around. He's coming around. Just like Jordan Peterson was coming around. Remember that? Y'all remember that? See, look here. Let me tell y'all something. These are the folks, okay? Muhammad Hijab is the same dude. Did he not put Yasser Qadi in front of y'all so that Yasser Qadi can tell the world about his existential crisis, about the narrative of the preservation of the Quran, while he knew that Yasser Qadi was going to say this stuff? Wasn't that Muhammad Hijab's handiwork? Wasn't it Muhammad Hijab that when all the Muslims, and I mean all the Muslims, they were finished with Jordan Peterson. They were done with him. They were finished with Jordan Peterson. And here come Muhammad Hijab, like a knight on a white horse, okay? Inviting Jordan Peterson when all the Muslims were unanimously done with him for what he said, all this finger wagging in the face of Muslims that he did. Here he comes to invite him back to the Muslim platforms. Wasn't that Muhammad Hijab handiwork? Wasn't it Eddie from the Dean Show that put this white man molesting Jesse Lee Peterson in front of the whole Muslim world? Talking about, we got lots in common. Wasn't that Eddie handiwork? Wasn't that Eddie handiwork? I want y'all to think about this now. We talking about the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned about the age of the liars and the age of the treacherous. Look at the people they are putting in front of you. Weren't these two the same ones that put Andrew Tate in front of everybody? And I mean, look here. Y'all can't make this crap up, man. Anyways, let's keep watching this, y'all. But they're the ones who bring you Andrew Tate. They're the one who bring you Sneeko. They're the ones who bring you Jesse Lee Peter. They're the one who bring you Jordan Peterson. And they're the ones who bring you Yasser Qadi. And now they want to bring you Patrick Bet David. You can't make this crap up. You cannot make this crap up. 20 years ago, not only would this never happen, but if you said that this was going to happen in the future, nobody would believe you. They'd be like, what is you talking about? Are you smoking crack between Maghreb and Asia, bro? Like, what is you saying right now? That's what they'd tell you. They would never believe you. Listen to this, y'all. If you all think I'm tripping, listen. This is what he say.
For example, the issues to do with transgender ideology and teaching LGBT curricula to children and things like that, which everyone, let's call it, I'm not going to say conservative because we're not conservative from a ideological perspective, but certainly we're traditionalists and we align.
Y'all hear that? Let me rewind that for you one more again, just in case you missed it. Listen to this one more again, so you know that I am not making this crap up. Okay?
And what the topic will be or whatever, until all these things are set in stone. But the point to be noted here is that, quite frankly, he was facilitating, and it does seem like Patrick Bet David and Valuetainment want to go more in the direction of building bridges with the Muslim community, tackling some of these issues. For example, the issues to do with transgender ideology and teaching LGBT curricula to children and things like that, which everyone, let's call it, I'm not going to say conservative because we're not conservative from a ideological perspective, but certainly we're traditionalists and we align more on those issues with US conservatives than we would do with liberals.
Y'all hear that, right? Y'all hear that, right? Did we lie? And you notice how he worded that whole argument. He worded it in such a way so that he can have plausible deniability. You get it? He wants to have plausible deniability. He wants to be able to say to people like me that, no, I did not say that we were conservative. I said when it comes to teaching people the LGBT school curriculum in schools, that we are more aligned with the conservative than the liberals. You get it? You see how the wordplay works? Family, let me tell y'all something. That's exactly like saying if Pharaoh and Como Lut and were alive at the same time and we were there, it's exactly like saying we are more politically aligned with Pharaoh on the issue of teaching kids about Lawat than Como Lut. You get it? This is a humiliating positioning of Muslims with regards to the enemies of Islam. That you have to unite with the open enemy of Islam against the other open enemy of Islam. The people who are trying to destroy Islam from within, from the other people who are trying to destroy Islam from within. You have to unite with one of them. You get it? Can you imagine? We did not make this crap, but as far as I know, we've been the only ones been calling this out here at the Black Muslim Grassroots from day one. And he said it with his own mouth. Don't let him get away with that plausible deniability crap, that philosophical stuff. That is a Trojan horse. You only say something like that unless you are secure enough in your belief in the democratic system so much that you can align within that left-right paradigm and be comfortable with yourself. Y'all hearing me? So they brought y'all Yasser Qadi and his doubts about the narrative of the preservation of the Quran. They brought y'all Jordan Peterson. They brought y'all Jesse Lee Peterson. They brought y'all N.H.A. They brought y'all Sneeko. And now they're about to bring y'all Patrick Bet David under the guise of, well, we got to unite with them so that we can fight teaching our kids in schools about the LGBTs and stuff. You can't make this crap up. But we the ones who are crazy. And this is why standing, believing in Allah in this time, it's almost like a revolutionary act. Because a lot of people talk, like they speak about believing in Allah. But there's something that they say because they heard other people say it. You get me? Like Sneeko and like Andrew Tate. They said it because, hey, I can get paid from this. You know what I'm saying? Look at this hustle. Look at this hustle now. All right. That's why they're saying. That's why I had Patrick that bad saying, that's why Jordan Peterson, I can talk to the Muslims and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the Muslims listen to me and blah, blah, blah. There's a new hustle. The immigrant Muslim hustle, man. The immigrant Muslim hustle. Say anything to these immigrants to make them believe that they can be close to whiteness. And they will empty out their banks to give you money. Don't let it be a white woman either. Oh my gosh, just don't let it be no white woman. Okay, please. Please don't let it be no white woman. Put some white woman on YouTube today, tomorrow she'll have 10,000 marriage proposals. You kidding me? These are the folks who are leading the religion in 2023. These folks. Y'all hearing me? Look at here. Let me show y'all something. Because we don't really want to make it so much about Muhammad Hijab and whatchamacallit, Eddie from DJ. We don't make it so much about them. There's a bigger issue here. It's even bigger than them because there are so many people now. Because these are some of the biggest names in this Utopian Da'i elite sphere. But there are so many of these YouTube channels now that are on this hustle, masquerading as Islamic channels. It's ridiculous. They're all saying this stuff. All of them. And they all got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of subs. All of them. Y'all hearing me? It's ridiculous. You should see the amount of Muslim Andrew Tate, pro Andrew Tate Muslim channels that all they do is get the clips from Andrew Tate and push them as Islamic dawah. It's ridiculous. Not a single scholar, not one, not a one, mind you. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Sorry, man. I'm tripping. I'm tripping, man. Look at here, man. See, because I'm doing this by myself, okay? I'm doing this by myself. All right? Sisters are doing it for themselves, I'm doing it for myself too, okay? Y'all ain't helping me. Come on now, right? I got to do all the work, all right? I got to say all the stuffs. You know what I'm saying? Look at here. Listen to this, y'all. Ladies, listen to this.
That he used to train dogs. He also talks about isolating women from their entire support network and emotionally manipulating them into getting tattoos of war room members' initials on their bodies, and ultimately into sex work. He talks about casting spells and anchoring women's orgasms to the idea of money.
Did y'all hear that? From the 7 deadly sins during the last days. The first one that the Prophet said to stay away from was, if y'all didn't hear this hadith before, he said there are 7 deadly sins to stay away from the last days. The first one is shirk, of course. But the second one, number two, is magic. Is magic. Y'all hearing me? Andrew Tate's main mentor in the war room is teaching magic. He's teaching magic. Or is this actually Andrew Tate? It's saying the strength of AGC, the mind of Tate, the spells of Iggy. Yeah, the spells of Iggy. Yeah, Iggy. That's the guy. He's teaching magic. See, what y'all don't understand, right, in our time, is magic is literally everywhere. Chances are, if you watch YouTube, you're watching some magic spells somewhere, right? If you're playing video games, you are absolutely watching not the actual real sigils, magic spells, which is why you find people getting addicted to video games. They don't even understand it because it's real magic. All the TV shows, they use actual magic and sigils to draw you in. Y'all hearing me? And these are the folks they putting in front of you. Let's keep watching, y'all.
I mean, this goes way beyond the video courses. I mean, no one knows what's really going on inside the war room. But with all this talk of spells and mysticism, it's clearly a lot weirder than I thought. And the internal messages can only tell us so much. But speaking to someone on the inside is very difficult because they have this code of silence. However, we've recently managed to speak to someone who claims to have previously been the head of sales and marketing of the war room. He's agreed to meet.
Hey, Matt.
Good to meet you. Eli spent 2 years as a member of the War Room, working closely with Tate, but recently left after clashing with its leadership. So, what first appealed to you about the War Room?
I had never really consumed any manosphere, any read those stuff online. Other than Tate, really, he was the first person that I came across, and I watched all of his videos, and I joined the War Room in September 2020. I was one of those vulnerable men that fell to the marketing, and I helped propagate that with my sales and marketing efforts on his team, right?
So how did you help propagate that?
People who would sell the War Room. We played into the insecurities of men, meaning that when you saw Tate with a Bugatti, for example, or you saw Tate as a 4-time kickboxing world champion, he made you believe that that was the ideal that you needed to become in order to get women in your life.
When you
Did y'all hear what he just said? They played on the insecurity of men. Just like you see how all these Muslims, now they talking about masculinity. What exactly are they doing? Are they teaching about masculinity or are they playing on the insecurities of men? What are they doing? Can you imagine? Daniel Hikikuchu, of all people on earth, he is the only married incel I have ever seen in my life. If he marries his wife as a virgin, believe me, she's still a virgin. Okay? Just trust me on this one. Okay? I never seen a married incel until I seen Dan. He gonna teach you about masculinity? This dude? He gonna teach you about simps? That guy? He's gonna teach y'all about simps. But it's a game. It's an industry. Y'all hearing me? Let's keep watching, yo.
talk about women, are you talking about just sleeping with women or establishing a relationship?
Absolutely not. The War Room is all about you getting women that serve you in your life, that benefit.
What do you mean serve you?
So the War Room has a methodology called the PhD, the Pimping Host Degree, although it was removed from our website, although it's no longer officially called that, which is find a woman that's attracted to you and sleep with her, and eventually you put her through a sort of Pavlovian conditioning where for her to get your attention, she has to complete tasks, then bigger tasks, and eventually her whole world becomes you, and she has nothing else except you, and she completely serves you completely. Quote unquote, you could call it a slave. She has to do more things for you, whether it's, wash the dishes, do errands for you, or eventually do OnlyFans and webcam, which was encouraged inside of the War Room.
A lot of people might say that to teach men to coerce and manipulate women, to use Pavlovian conditioning, like you said, into working in the sex trade is immoral and wrong.
I would never do it personally. I've never done it personally.
But that was a big part of what the War Room did.
It was.
Do you regret that you played a part in it?
I don't regret it. Why would I feel guilty of something that I had no control over?
Well, you were part of the marketing team, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But during that time, I was brainwashed. All of your friends are inside the War Room. All of your connections are inside the War Room. All of your knowledge you consume every day is inside the War Room, and they actively encourage you to cut off the surroundings in your real life. And you start cutting off friends. You cut off, old co-workers, and
Do they encourage that?
They encourage you. And actually, let me tell you a very scary thing. One of the members inside the war room, Iggy Xianghui, he goes under a few different names, tells you that your new brothers inside of the war room are your new life. Everyone else before that, it doesn't matter. We have here the truth of life, and if you want to follow us, you have to, quote unquote, kill your parents symbolically, because they may not agree with the things that you're learning here, but it will impede you from moving forward inside of our organization if you do not kill your parents. And I thought that was a very scary thing. But at the moment, I actually believe it, believe it or not. I am so brainwashed. The war room and the events, they literally describe it as a cult. Xianghui, Iggy, he basically said, let's not kid ourselves. This is a cult.
Who's in charge?
Did y'all hear all that? You can't make this crap up, man. You cannot make this crap up. They are telling you, Andrew Tate is telling you that he's running a cult. This man is telling you that, yes, we are brainwashed. You don't think that all these acolytes of these YouTubian elites, you don't think that they're brainwashed too? You don't think that? I've always said the world's biggest cult is the Rafida Shia. I've always said that. They are the world's biggest cult. Now there's an even bigger cult. And it's these right-wing red pill incels. And they are telling you that they are running a cult. And who is inviting the cultists to make Muslims cultist? Who's doing it? Your YouTubian elites, mashallah, tabarakallah. And they want to do it again with that no talent hater, Patrick Bet David, because he got a big podcast. How did he get a big podcast? Inviting people like Andrew Tate to his podcast. And inviting people like Just Pearly Things. These are the people he invites to his podcast. Just Pearly Things. Invited people, you know, who else did he invite? All kinds of crazy people he invited to his podcast. Patrick Bet David. That dude. You don't think they're running a cult? Give me a break. Give me a break. I wish a biscuit would. We are going to put the link for the guests in a few minutes, and any one of y'all biscuits can come in and try to explain this away, y'all. Any one of y'all. He remember the interview he said about the young boys and stuff being influenced? Do y'all remember that? What he talked about the young boys being influenced? Look at here, man. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for this. Look at this. Y'all ain't ready, man. I told you this is way bigger than these folks. Muhammad Hijab and what's his face? Eddie whatnot. They are literally misguiding millions because they have big platforms. Look at here. Wait till y'all see this. Y'all are going to trip when you see this. Listen to this, y'all. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. You are not ready. Okay? Just trust me, you ain't ready. Listen.
I understand that you might know the truth. Rumble people, you might know the truth about the world, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean you're better than other people because you believe in God and you think that OnlyFans girls are demons, right? That doesn't make you better than other people who are enjoying life.
C'est sûr, yes, dog. Hearing Sneeko complain about his audience almost feels like I'm hearing Sneeko complain about how Sneeko's always behaved.
And let's be honest, the red pill is dying. It's over.
Speaking of things that are stupid, what? Sneeko.
What'd you say? Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What?
Did y'all see that? Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? These are the people that are making down on the streets with Sheikh Uthman Farouk and stuff. These folks. Look at here. Look. I'm going to show again. One more again.
Of things that are stupid. What? Sneeko.
What'd you take? Fuck the woman. Fuck the woman.
Y'all saw that, right? This kid, what, maybe 12, 13 years old? Look how he's speaking. Because he watches Sneeko. If I ever caught my son watching Sneeko, I would just kick his ass for living, okay? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Not in my house. Are you kidding me right now? Don't make me. And look what that kid is saying. Look, listen more.
What? No, wait.
Sneeko.
We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
You can't make this crap up. You cannot make this crap up. Sister Senegalia says, I would slap him back the kindergarten. Mashallah. I love reward you, sister. I mean, I would slap him back to kindergarten. Can you imagine? And these are the folks that YouTubian down elites are interviewing. And look how these kids are speaking because of their influence. Y'all seeing where I'm going with it? Am I tripping? I can't be tripping. There's no way I can be tripping. There's no way I can be tripping, y'all.
Yes, sir. We love everybody.
There's no way I can be tripping. Okay? Look at here. I'm not the ones. Y'all are the ones who's tripping. Y'all are the ones who's tripping. Not me. I'm not tripping. Give me a break. All right? But again, it's about the age of liars. These people lie. Sneeko is telling you that he is a liar. That's what he's telling you. He's telling you that straight up. He's like, the thing that he was this entire time, all of a sudden, right? Because he's moving on to his next grift. All of a sudden, it's just not true, just like that. Just like that, in a matter of seconds. He was red pill, die hard, red pill. And now red pillars are incels. He's telling you he's a liar. Now, what more you want, y'all? It's like I said in the beginning, Allah has showed mercy by making the lies easy to spot. And y'all still falling for this nonsense. Like, how? How is it even possible? I'm not getting it. But you know what it is? There's an entire generation that grew up on this stuff, so they think it's real. You get me? If you didn't grow up on this stuff, you're looking at this like, what the hell is this crap? Like, I'm too old for this nonsense, man. This is really crap. It's like terrible. It's like really terrible. It's like awful. Now look here. Let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all something else. Because you cannot make this. This is like a bad movie, y'all. Look at here. Oh, we ain't done. I hope y'all ain't going to work tomorrow because we ain't done. Look here.
Laws and so on. It kind of appeals to that kind of segment, subsection of society. So I do think that's part of the reason. And people like Andrew Tate, I mean, he's recently become Muslim. I've done a podcast with him. The reasons he cites are because of the very strong stances, very clear moral guidelines that Islam has to offer. A lot of other people talk about the fact that Islam talks about one God worthy of worship, you know, and the central tenet of Islam is.
So that's what he's saying, that Andrew Tate became Muslim, right? Y'all want to see something? Let me show y'all something, because these dudes, they just let anybody in the cookout now. They just let anybody get in these ribs at the cookout, man. Any old person, bro. Like, what in the world is happening here? 1 second, y'all. Let me just try to find this thing, y'all. 1 second. Is this the right thing? No, I'm not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 1 second, y'all. Close that down. Let me close this one down. Let me close this one down so I don't get confused. Here we go. Here we go, baby. 1 second. That's right. Y'all ain't ready. Okay. Look at here.
This hasn't happened by accident.
The strategy is basically to show an aspirational lifestyle and to market that. You see this guy that in your head can get the best girls, then you think, okay, let's follow and let's listen to what he has to say.
How many people are working on this?
I'd say a few dozens. We have a PR campaign team where we go and we see all medias, whether positive or negative, that mentions hate. We will send people, again, very real looking, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, social media.
If you look at Instagram right now, you're going to find Andrew Tate Muslim Instagram accounts. I kid you not. Well, Lila, maybe if you have time, I'll show y'all. Right? But Andrew Tate Dawa accounts. And this is what he's saying. We get people to make these accounts to push his name, to massage the algorithms so he can be the most Googled man in the world, which is telling you that him being the most Googled man in the world is not organic. The only organic thing that happened is that when he said that those things about Islam, the Muslims made him the most Googled man in the world. Y'all get it? Y'all see where I'm going? That's why the Feachaz is the most hated person on YouTube. The Feachaz is the most hated person on you. The Black Muslim Grassroots, the most hated channel on YouTube. Because we out here doing this stuff. We're out here telling the truth. We can't get no love for nobody, and nor do we care. You know, the YouTubian dialects can eat what represent a banana between two oranges and stuff. Right? We don't care. Y'all can eat that. Y'all are dangerous people with no morals and no scruples. We don't need your love. Trust me. Okay? But he's telling you to hustle. Let's keep watching, y'all.
The accounts, and they go and they comment on your posts. On your posts. They go and they call you DNG. They go and they try to counter your narrative.
So are they real people or bots? Or
They're partly real people, partly bots, very, very highly trained. We have shifted our marketing in past years, to obviously, as you've seen, you keep one element the same, which was his aspirational lifestyle, cars, the money, the fighting. Remove the woman, replace it with Islam. By the way, he's not true Muslim. Replace it with positivity. Replace it with perhaps a picture of him.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Let me slow that down in case y'all slowness missed that. Okay. Let me just slow that down in case y'all slowness missed that. We ain't say it, y'all. His man said it. Okay. Look at here.
You keep one element the same, which was his aspirational lifestyle, cars, the money, the fighting. Remove the woman, replace it with Islam. By the way, he's not a true Muslim. Replace.
You can't. Let me show y'all something, man. Y'all ain't ready for this, man. You are not ready for this. Let me just get this up. I hope y'all heard that, right? Because if I say it, you're gonna get mad. You call me, oh, Bilal, you're this and this and that. I don't give a. I can give, a rat's gluteus maximus. Okay, straight up. Look at here. Let me just show y'all something. Just try to find this thing for y'all. Where is it here? So here, 1 second. Let me show y'all something. Looky here. Remember what Muhammad Hijab said, okay? About him becoming Muslim, what he said, right? Because Muhammad Hijab, he about that algorithm work. Looky here. This is Milk Bar TV. One second. Looky here.
I'm a Muslim, and I hope you men at home are Muslim too. So I feel like I find an affinity to a belief system which has very similar outlooks.
Imagine you could have 3 wives, fuck them all at the same time. Imagine they were all loyal to you and obeyed every word, cooked for you, cleaned for you, did anything you said, would never cheat on you ever. In fact, another man can't even see their face.
I'm gonna find myself a nice Islamic-ass wife. I'm gonna build up a big pile of rocks in case she gets fresh. I'm gonna be prepared, so I ain't gonna mess around. As soon as I catch her cheating, there's gonna be no delays. Imagine a Muslim wife sitting there in her burqa trying to say this crap. But the way I was feeling different inside, and I had to psychological you get stoned. You're about to feel something, a rock in your face.
Tell me you wouldn't want that. You have to be the highest of stateless males to pull that off in the Western world. I pull that off, and I'm the best I've ever seen. I've never seen a man on my level, ever. And I pull it off. But for the majority of people in the Western world, it's impossible to have one woman who behaves, let alone 3. Let alone all fucking you at once, all having your kids, all obeying you like slaves. But under Islam, it's possible. This is why Islam is so powerful. This is why people believe it so absolutely.
Inshallah. Welcome to the new Muslim tape.
Who's ready to give their daughters to Andrew Tate? Who's ready to give their daughters up to Andrew Tate to get married? Who wants to be the first of 3 wives? Somebody put in the chat. What, none of y'all volunteer? You gotta be kidding me. Like, who wouldn't want such a nice husband for the daughters, man? You kidding me? Y'all don't want it? Y'all don't want it. So the point is, what we have learned today, children. Sister Tika, she go like this. Rather be single for the rest of my life. What? You mean you don't want to marry Andrew Tate? Come on, man. He's a champion kickboxer, got all this money. He's a masculine man. Come on, man. Look at here, man. Links in the chat. Anybody want to hop on? All of this goes back to the hadith that we were quoting. These guys are pushing liars in front of you. And they do not care because they are monetizing whatever is trending at the moment. And what's trending right now at the moment is right-wing politics. Islam ain't trending because they ain't trying to make it trending. And to be quite honest, because of cultural Islam, nobody wants that. Nobody wants what you are selling. With the immigrant Muslims, I seen one in the other day, today on WhatsApp, one of these groups I'm in, right? And I happened to check this group, I've been trying to cut back on myself, but I happened to check this group today, and they had these dawah tips. You know what the dawah tips was? Dawah tip number 2 or 3, tasawwuf. Because what the non-Muslims really need is some tasawwuf in their lives. That's what the non-Muslims are really looking for, right? They're looking for a duff and a party. That's what they're looking for, and some, you know what I'm saying? That's Dawah tip number 3 to tasawwuf. You can't make this crap up. But why are they saying that? Because they cultural Muslims. They cultural. So because they cultural, and the way that the self is, it only teaches about love, and can love and love. Oh, we gotta love and love. That's all it is, right? You only get a certain type of a certain segment of society that really wants to be Sufi. You get me? These really esoteric, spiritual types that don't want to do much in terms of studying Islam, but want to do all this weird stuff in terms of spirituality. You know what I mean? So that's why they say that craziness. But the point is, when you have the people who have now taken charge, firm charge of Dawah, okay? Let's call it what it is today. These guys are the ones who are leading the Dawah. They're taking it, the ulama have no control over the Dawah anymore. Nor do they advise the people to listen to scholars and all that. As a matter of fact, they advise the people to do the opposite. Y'all hearing me? They advise people to, listen to social media influencers. That's why are they advising people to listen to social media? And what the Kijepo, is that real? Is this true, people? Are you kidding me? How can 24 y'all be watching only 9 likes? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? You can't be serious right now, man. Even at 25, 26 of y'all and only 9 likes, are you kidding me right now? No way. And we put the link for the coming on the live. 23 of y'all, right, watching, only 9 likes. Like, what the heck is this? You can't be serious, y'all. Like, come on, man. That's why we can't compete. We can't compete because we ain't looking to do no collab with nobody with no integrity. Straight up. If you ain't got any integrity, we don't care. We don't care. We don't need your collab. Straight up. Keep your views, keep your channel. We do not twitch and twirl and twerk for anybody. Oh, yeah, for sure. 100% the haters are watching. What are they going to say? What are they going to say? The link is in the chat. Come and defend your zaddies. We know they watching. We already know that already. They watch all the time. Believe me when I tell you that. You'll be shocked. Okay? You will be shocked. They watch all the time. Right? But that's why for us, we know that we got to be doing something right because everybody hates us. Okay? And they still watch and they still won't come and blast us. If we're lying, come say that we lying. Come on. Yeah, see, look at here. If it's saying 9 likes on yours and it is saying 9 likes on Bilal's and 4 likes on Muhammad's, what I tell y'all before, we get shadow banned, right? We already know this, man. Like, we have been like shut down so many times. Like so many times. Like it's ridiculous. All right, so we already know what it is. But straight up, come on, y'all. But anyways, I digress. We said what we said, and what we are telling you is that these people will continue to put liars in front of you. So the way that you protect yourself is make sure you do not watch your YouTubian Da'i elites. You got to leave those folks alone. What's going on, brother Jumpy? How you doing, bro? What's popping, homie? You know what I mean? We mentioned alive a couple of days ago that social media is like the twilight zone. It's not real, right? Social media is just a place where people massage the algorithms to make careers, right? And they don't care what they say. They liable to say anything in order to get the bag. Salaam Alaikum, Rotullah. How you doing, bro?
Oh, Assalamu Alaikum. I'm
How you doing,
doing
brother?
like a song. Yeah, I'm doing good. I just
We
have a
good.
point to because I was watching the Ali Dawah Muhammad hijab thing. My
Mhm.
whole thing is they don't understand Christianity in the West. A lot of churches, South Pentecostal, a lot of churches are very Zionist. They don't understand that point, so they're going to be making deals and trying to get over these evangelicals who have very Zionist beliefs.
Mhm.
And they're going to carry that into Islam, unfortunately. So I think it's dangerous. I think I don't have a problem giving Dawah, to liberals and conservatives, but the audience
Well,
they're targeting is very Zionistic.
well,
Like
what's happening here, Viv, is not actual
you could
dawah.
just,
It's not dawah at all. What's going on
oh,
is that
mm,
there is this trend for right wing politics, right? Right wing politics right now is popping because the right wingers have
yeah,
figured out that if they have memed themselves into relevancy, you get me?
yeah.
So all they do is share memes and clips and 1 minute videos and whatnot. And because they're able to do this on mass, they have willed themselves into a movement, and they are trying to
Mhm,
cash in on that
yeah.
before the next ban. Sister Tika with the $2 super chat
And
before the next ban. Jazakallah khair, ayakumullah. We love our boy
it's so
Jew.
cool
Bless you.
because I've seen these reverts pop out. And it's like
Yeah.
I'm the American patriot. I'm the
Mhm.
like, whoa, like, bro, what are you talking about? Islam does away with all that races, all that nationality and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Kelly? Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks. So it seems like they're bringing that baggage in, and I don't know, man. It's just gonna. I still want to. I don't want in 10 years to be to have the Islamic community turn into the Christian evangelical community, and we're pro Israel, pro this, pro that.
Mhm.
You know, that's ridiculous.
Well, they basically sided with racist. You know what I mean? And they're not
Yeah.
afraid of it either. They're actually open about it now. You know what I mean? You had put out Hassan Ali Katani, and he openly said,
Hmm.
that if you go against, and he's putting in inverted commas in his hands like this, the black guys. If you go against the black guys, you'll get arrested. Wallahi Alim, he said
Oh
this.
God.
Wallahi Alim, he said this. Right? You have Abdullah Andalusi calling CRT Marxism, but
Yeah, I saw that.
meanwhile, when it comes to Palestinians, he calls that apartheid. Can you imagine? What's happening to the Palestinians is apartheid, but what's happening with us is Marxism. Can you imagine?
You know what? I have a problem, and this is not against because I wasn't born a racist. My whole family is mixed race. I'm not, but my
Mhm.
grandparents, aunts, aunties. We're all mixed in with Native American and white. So we're all over the place. But I have a problem with the Dawa in America and the West. It seems like the black reverts are pushed to the side. It's like you have knowledge, you speak Arabic, but where are you on these platforms? Where are these educated black men on these platforms?
Well,
They'll get a revert
that's
who
an
just
us.
reverted last year, and they'll give him a platform. Oh, he's Sheikh of Islam now. Like it's so crazy, and it's like that's one of my biggest like struggles. Not really a struggle no more, but I don't really care sometimes. But because I'm more concerned about the Quran I read every day and the Sunnah of the Prophet peace be upon him. That's what I try to focus on every day. So like I see the hypocrisy. Like
Well,
I was arguing
that's
with
an us problem there, bro. That's an us problem there because we are the ones who have historically tried to integrate into other folks' communities, not knowing that we have been the mammies of every other community that come here to get rich. We are the ones who are enriching other folks while impoverishing ourselves. So that's an us problem. If we can't figure out the game, that's our problem. You get it? We are out there. If you look, I'm not sure how long you've been Muslim, but it was the black imams that built the masajid for the Pakistani communities, for the Bengali communities, for ICNA, for ISNA. It was the black imams that built these platforms. You get me?
Yeah.
Just so they can get thrown away to the wayside. You understand? Right? So that's our issue. I don't think there is another community that has more students of knowledge than the black community. Right? We have so much talent coming from Medina, from Yemen, from all these places, Egypt, all this talent. And the black community does not respect nor support their own imams, right? But let some Pakistani study in a university of Deoband and arrive in Canada or America tomorrow, the entire Pakistani community will support them instantly. You get me?
Yeah.
We are the ones who are not figuring this out. You know, we still beg because the only people that beg for integration is black people. Ain't no other community trying to integrate with anything. It's just us. You know what I mean? So we need to get it together. You know,
and
what we look.
So I remember.
What we look like going to some other community, to Arab community, telling us, why don't you all have a black imam? You know what I mean? What we look like doing that? We tripping.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
No, because I was watching a clip. No, just scroll through YouTube on my lunch. And there's having a Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, conference. I think it's on the same day some people did the Molid. I'm not too sure. But you're gonna tell me there's a guy talking about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who just reverted when I reverted 2 or 3 years ago. And then you're gonna have Paul Williams, who I have suspicions about him and his past tweets. But you have sheikhs that are African American, Caribbean, whatever, in Africa. Where are they? Why are we pushed to the side now? Why are we like?
That's an us problem, right? We're the ones who look silly, right? When we are asking these folks to push our scholarship on them. If they want to push Paul Williams, you know, this man who just became Muslim yesterday, because he got a big YouTube channel for, let's face it, for being a white homosexual Muslim, right?
He is. That's what gets me. That's will call out.
That's essentially his claim to fame, right? So that's why people watch him. So if other folks are inviting him to their conferences to speak and not inviting folks like Sheikh Tahir Wyatt or Sheikh Mufti Munir or whatever talent we have in our community, Sheikh Dawood Adib, whoever it is, I don't care who it is, right? Is that their problem? They don't have to include us. We are the ones who are always and like including them. You get me? Black folks are just a loving people. We love everybody. But we haven't figured out that not everybody loves us, even if whether they're Muslim or not. We are the ones who haven't figured that out yet.
And what I feel kind of bad for you saying this. You gotta tell me there's been slavery going on in Libya since Hillary Clinton bombed it. And I feel bad for those people that died in that flooding. My heart goes out to them. But you guys didn't. All this time we've been complaining about slavery in Libya. No one batted an eye. But as soon as the flood hits, now we're talking about Libya.
Now we're sending dua. You know, bro.
Yeah. But instead of following, there's people getting trafficked from Bangladesh, from West Africa into Libya with promises of a job, and they wind up being a slave, turned into prostitution or slavery, basically, in these factories over there. But we don't talk about that. But yeah, I feel sorry for the flooding, and it was horrible, and the deaths and the earthquake in Morocco. But we have to talk about everything that's going on. You can't just hide things to push a Dawa narrative while we're doing these like insanity things in some of these countries. It's like,
bro, I mentioned this in private. I was actually thinking about making a video, but I didn't want to seem too like, because you know how it is over here on this side. But we talked about the slavery that's going on in Libya. Not one of these YouTubians, not a single one, mentioned the slavery that's happening in Libya. Not a single one made not even an oomph for the thousands of Muslims that have drowned in the Mediterranean Sea, trying to escape the hellish life conditions they were living in Africa, going to Europe to seek a better life. Not a single one talked about that, right? Thousands of Muslims, black Muslims, African Muslims drowned on that passage. Okay? But the second the flood hit, where thousands of Libyans died, now we see the duas. Now we see, we got to donate and all this kind of stuff, right? So I said, because I seen the duas coming out, and I said, may Allah have mercy on the victims of slavery and forced prostitution and torture in Libya, and those Libyans who at least in their hearts hated it. But as for the rest of those enslavers and those people who are forcing people into sex slavery, may they never know peace in this life or in the next. Ameen. And I stand by that. I stand by that.
And I felt I'm like, I can't be the only African American Muslim in the United States that feels this way. I can't, because I never see anyone voice it. We're too busy trying to go along, get along. And I guess it for me,
I ain't making no dua for no goddamn enslaver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not making no dua for them. May Allah incinerate them. May Allah destroy them. And He has. You know what I mean? May it be a wake-up call for them. For what the wickedness that they have
that's
done.
exactly
Those enslavers. The innocent ones, I will make dua for them. May Allah have mercy upon those innocent ones. The ones who didn't know, or the ones who couldn't do anything, or the ones who at least hated in their heart. May Allah have mercy on them. As for those other ones, may they be drowned like the drowning of the people of Noah, alayhi salam. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I am not praying for mercy for them. No way. You must be tripping.
And for me personally, because when I left Christianity, I stopped believing in God too much. But then Prophet Muhammad brought me back to religion and all. brought me back. And it's like we're taking away the
Brother Viv,
judgment of the people on. That's just Islam.
we have to cut Brother Viv off because the quality is like really, really bad. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the last how many. But I'd like to thank the Brother Viv for coming on, for hopping on. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me tonight. All right. May Allah reward you and bless you. And I'd like to thank Sister Tika for that $2 super chat. Everybody who liked the video, everybody shared the video. May Allah reward you all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're going to do a long live, inshallah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And Salaam Alaikum wa rahmatullah.